What's going on in fly tires? Thank you for joining another fly tying video tonight. Let's go ahead and talk about this Euro Nymph fly before we get into it. Pretty simple Euro Nymph. I don't like to get too complicated. I think a lot of them are more attractor patterns than technically imitating something specific. But this fly is meant to sink quick, get down deep. It's generally got a slender body. And I like a slender body on most of my Euro Nymphs. So let's go ahead and get right into this one. We just got some UTC 70. This is in black. In the vise we've got a Hannock 490. This is a competition jig style hook. Then we've got a 3.2 millimeter tungsten bead. This is slotted and it is in black. Then for a little extra weight, we've just got some 015 lead wire wrapped around the shank, and then we push that just right up into the slot. If you don't know how to wrap wire, I'm sure there's 100 videos on YouTube, so I'm not going to show you how to do that. But let's go ahead and get into this one. Let's go ahead and start our thread right behind the lead wire, push it up into the bead a little tighter, and we can take our thread down, snip off the tag. Again, we're going to try and keep it as tapered and clean as we can. So let's go ahead and tie in the tail. For the tail today, we've just got some Coque de Leon. It's a pretty popular tailing fiber, especially with these Euro Nymphs. So go ahead and strip off some barbs, and to tie these in, put them on your side of the shank facing you, and then when you tie, they'll roll over, and then you can adjust the length from there. Those look good. Then you can go ahead and take them down the shank a little bit, and then we're going to snip these off right at the base of this wire. Oops. Okay, got our tail in there. Now we're going to tie in the ribbing. For the ribbing, we're just going to be using a strand of just some polar flash here. Go ahead and strip it one strand off. To secure this, do the same thing, put it on your side, and you can secure it up the shank, and then tie it back down next to the tail. Now we're going to go ahead and dub the body. For the body of this fly, we're just going to be using some SLF spiky squirrel dubbing. This is an unnatural hare's ear color. This stuff works really well. And it's got a nice buggy look to it. So let's go ahead and dub this on the fly. Form yourself a nice noodle. The more tapered this fly is, the better. So to taper it on your dubbing noodle, the noodle at the top closest to the shank of the hook is going to be the thinnest, and then the thickest is going to be at the bottom of your noodle. So go ahead and start to dub up the body, giving a nice taper. And we're going to take it all the way to the base. Add a little more if you need it. Okay. Now that we've got that, we're going to go ahead and bring our ribbing through. Nice even wraps with our ribbing. And then go ahead and secure. And then, now that we have our body ribbed, we're going to go ahead and whip finish. This is a pretty simple pattern that has very little components, but again, it sinks fast. It's got a natural look to it, and it does catch fish. So once you get that secured, a couple whip finishes thrown in there. Now we're going to take a little bit of resin. This is the Loon Flow. We're going to dab some of this on our thread wraps and a little bit on the material, because I'll put a little bit on the dubbing, just about a dot on the top there, because after we cure this, we're going to come through and put in a little hot spot with some pink resin. I've really fallen in love with this Gulf Pink Attack. It's UV, it's really bright, and it just gives a nice hot spot to this nymph, and I really like it. So we'll go ahead and put a small dot right on the top of your fly where that slot is at. Try and make it as smooth as possible. Okay, there we got there. Now we can come in, cure that hot spot. And there we go. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel, to this video. Comment. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and we'll see you next time.